The Franciscan Adaptive Learning Program. The Franciscan Adaptive Learning Program is a learning program that implements the concept of blended or hybrid learning. It is a combination of virtual classroom sessions and independent learning sessions using a learning management system. This mode of learning offers a more flexible approach and requires no physical exposure to crowded classes. With the occurrence of man-made or natural disturbances which may cause disruption of classes, the adaptive learning is seen as one of the viable solutions for continuous education. Under the Franciscan Adaptive Learning Program, SFAC offers two choices: Online Distance Learning Program and Modular Distance Learning Program. The Online Distance Learning Program utilizes a synchronous approach in which learners of the same level learn at the same time and pacing, like a regular class. In this program, there will be three modes of delivery. The guided online session, which refers to all life online learning activities with teacher assistance or interaction such as virtual discussion, tutorial, teleconference, or webinar. The second mode of delivery is called the independent learning session, which refers to the time devoted by the learners to accomplish assignments or worksheets, read, research or watch new or related topics. This allows learners to learn on their own. The last mode of delivery is the consultation, intervention session, which refers to the period dedicated solely for academic consultations between the learners and their teacher. SFAC's Online Distance Learning Program will use Schoology as its learning management system. Schoology is an award-winning and world-class digital platform that provides learners with multiple avenues for collaboration, communication and assessment. It is a powerful, all-in-one tool for conducting virtual classes and consultations, monitoring student performances, organizing contents, engaging students, and connecting to families. In 2017, Schoology is awarded as the Best Education Enterprise Solution by CODI, a prestigious international award-giving body in the field of education innovation. The Modular Distance Learning Program, on the other hand, is an asynchronous or individualized learning method for junior high school where student-teacher interaction is one-on-one. The Modular Distance Learning Program will be delivered under our Franciscan Home Study Program, a DepEd recognized alternative learning modality, where learners take home and accomplish K-12 aligned self-learning modules. As we give priority to the health and welfare of our Franciscan learners and teachers, face-to-face classroom instruction will not be implemented for this school year. SFAC is committed to serve every Franciscan with quality education, because we are academics and beyond. Register now.
make me an instrument of your peace. Where there is hatred, let me sow love. Where there is injury, pardon. Where there is doubt, faith. Where there is despair, hope. Where there is darkness, light. And where there is sadness, joy. O Divine Master, grant that I may not so much seek to be consoled as to console, to be understood as to understand, to be loved as to love. For it is in giving that we receive. It is in pardoning that we are pardoned. And it's in dying that we are born to eternal life. Amen.
Sari-saring kwento at pangyayari, balitang atin, alamin natin. Campus news at latest issues, samahan niyo kami dito sa Franciscan Balitaktakan.
Pakiramdam mo ba ay nag-isa, nalulungkot o naguguluhan? Lakasan ng loob, huwag panghihinaan. Let us discover the essence of resiliency amidst the pandemic. Sari-saring kwento at pangyayari, balitang atin, alamin natin. Campus news at latest issues. Samahan niyo kami dito sa Franciscan Balitaktakan. Please welcome your hosts, Mr. Rolly Tagalog and Miss Daniela Teodosio.
Magandang buhay, Franciscan!
Hello, everyone! Sari-saring kwento at pangyayari.
Balita ang atin, alamin natin, campus news at latest issues.
We welcome you all to the 4th episode of Franciscan Balitaktakan.
And it's great to see all of you again.
But before we start our episode for today, let us all acknowledge the chairman of the board, Dr. Arturo A. Orozco Sr.,
Our President, Dr. Arturo O. Orozco Jr.,
our Managing Director, Dr. Edgardo A. Lu,
Director for Finance, Dr. Maria Luz Alma O. Osho,
Director for Marketing, Dr. Gilbert C. Sibala,
System Activity Director, Dr. Aris Cruz Roldan,
Senior and Junior Administrators,
Faculty and Staff,
Parents and Guardians.
our Franciscan learners.
Alright, kamusta sir?
And kamusta kayong
Kamusta
lahat?
Nako, na-miss ka ng mga viewers.
Yes, it's so nice to be back. And to all of you, welcome again
Welcome.
to our Franciscan
Tara, let's go. Let's
Balitaktakan.
have a seat.
Yun, kamusta ka naman, Miss Dan?
Ay, nako sir. Na-miss talaga kita. 2 episodes ako mag-isa dito. Ngayon, saan ka ba kasi umaura?
Well, alam mo naman, Miss Dan, may kinakailangan lang tayong mga tapusin, ng mga bagay-bagay. Pero ang importante, Miss Dan, nandito na ako, kasama mo, magbibigay kasiyahan ulit sa ating mga Franciscan learners.
And for sure, hindi lang naman kasi ako yung nakamiss sa'yo. Namiss ka rin ng ating mga viewers, our parents and students, dahil, ayun nga, hindi kanila nakita for last 2 episodes. And for today, we will talk about how Gen Z's resiliency was tested during pandemic and kung paano ba natin sila matutugunan in a Franciscan way.
Wow! Na-curious tuloy ako. From the title itself, napapatanong na ako kung anong generation pa ako nabibilang.
Ay nako sir, hindi ko rin alam kung saan generation ako nabibilang dahil maraming comments about that, pero hindi natin gugustuhin na hindi malaman this for today kasi yung guest speaker natin, i-explain lahat ng katanungan natin.
Correct. Pero alam mo, Miss Dan, yung i-discuss ng ating guest ay napaka-informative talaga niyan para sa mga kabataan, especially sa ating mga Franciscan learners. Dahil talaga naman, napaka-exciting ng topic natin for today.
At hindi ko nagugustuhin pang pahabain to dahil gusto ko na ring malaman lahat ng information galing sa ating guests.
Yes.
Alright?
Alright.
And I know that our viewers are already excited about our kwentuhan for today. But before we proceed, let us all first witness our talented students who will be giving us a song number. Let us all welcome Carl and Kurt Valenzuela.
Something has changed within me. Something is not the same. I'm through with playing by the rules of someone else's game. Too late for second guessing. Too late to go back to sleep. It's time to trust my instincts. Close my eyes and leave. Time to try defying gravity. I think I'll try defying gravity, and you can pull me down. I'm through accepting limits that someone said it was so. Some things I cannot change, but till I try, I'll never know. Too long I've been afraid of losing love, I guess I've lost. Well, if this is love, it comes a much too high a cost. I'd sooner defying gravity. Kiss me goodbye, I'm defying gravity, and you can pull me down. So if you cannot find me, look to the western sky. Someone told me lately, everyone deserves the chance to fly. And if I'm flying so low, at least I'm flying free. To those who doubt me, take this message back from me. Tell them how I'm defying gravity. I'm flying high, I'm defying gravity, and soon I'll match them every now. Nobody in all of us knows that there is or was ever gonna bring me down. Bring me down. Oh,
Thank you so much, Carl and Kurt. Huwag na tayo magpaligoy-ligoy pa. Kilalanin na natin ang guest for today.
And in order for us to have some ideas and knowledge on how Gen Z's resiliency was strengthened amidst the pandemic, let us welcome our guest speaker for today.
Our guest today was the guidance counselor of NAME Polytechnic Institute,
Guidance counselor as well of STI College Recto,
guidance counselor of National University-Manila,
a part-time faculty of National University Laguna,
currently a guidance coordinator and a part-time faculty of National University of Manila.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome our guest, Miss
Maria
Maria Honeybell Vicencio.
Hello, good
Good
afternoon.
afternoon,
Hello,
ma'am.
good afternoon, ma'am.
afternoon.
Magandang buhay.
Magandang
Buhay
buhay,
din.
ma'am.
Yes.
Alright, welcome,
Thank
ma'am,
you.
sa ating
Yes.
Franciscan Balitaktakan.
Kamusta naman kayo, ma'am?
Ito, okay naman. Ready,
Wow.
ready.
Kahit
Ayan.
pandemic, no?
Yes, oo. Kailangan paghirapan
That's
natin
right.
ng pandemic.
Anyway, Miss Honey, can you enlighten us on the different age generation group na
So,
sinasabi
yung kanina
natin?
pinag-uusapan, pinag-aawayan namin kanina eh.
Okay. So, actually, ang generation group natin is nakafocus siya sa 5 types of generation. So, the first one is yung silent generation. So, nag-i-start yun sa 1900s hanggang 1946. Or 1945, I guess. And then, yung ating mga baby boomers, which is yun from 1946 hanggang 1965. And then after that, ating Generation X. So, yun na yung 1966 hanggang 1980s. And then after that, 1981 to 1996, sila naman yung millennials. Okay, so doon ako pumapasok sa millennials. And then after that, 1997 and then until present, sila yung Generation Z.
Generation Z na pala ako. Hindi pala ako
Generation Z rin
millennial.
ako, feeling ko.
In this time of pandemic, ma'am, ano yung pinaka-affected na group of generation natin?
Actually, iba-iba eh. Pero upon my research, actually, when I try to find out, ang pinaka-affected ngayon is yung Generation Z talaga. Kasi sabihin na natin, sila yung mga bata ngayon na wala pang magawa when it comes to
That's right.
the struggles. Oo, sila yung
Totoo.
nagiging problem. So, hindi katulad halimbawa, pag ang millennial, alam nila kung paano gagawin. Since career-oriented sila, ang usual na concern nila is about career, their jobs, and
Yes,
all.
that's
Oo.
right.
So, nagagawa nila ng paraan. Nagbe-business sila and all. Tapos, ang mga baby boomers naman, sanay sila sa mga changes. Kasi nagkaroon na ng changes when it comes to when it comes to computers and all. Nakita nila
totoo.
lahat yun.
Sila yung unang naka-experience ng changes na yun, ano?
Oo, sila lahat yun. So, alam na nila, pati si Gen X. Pero si Gen Z kasi, since nag-i-start pa lang sila, tapos biglang mga social people din kasi itong mga to eh.
Oo.
So, nung nag-start na yung pandemic, ayan, so bigla silang nakulong sa bahay, which is dapat, yun
Oo.
yung time na nag-enjoy sila sa labas.
Yes,
Correct.
that's right.
Parang talagang yung kasiyahan bigla nilang nawala.
Oo, kasi hindi sila
Diba?
makalabas ng bahay.
Yes, kasi hindi pa sila
And
belong.
most of our Gen Zs, tama po ba, wala pa naman din trabaho, so wala silang
Correct.
pinagkakaabalahan.
Oo.
Kaya nung na-stuck sila sa mga bahay nila, talagang nahirapan silang mag-adjust.
And now I know where I belong. Technically, I'm from millennial.
Yes.
Ako
Kasi
naman
I'm
ay-
focusing to career. Alam mo naman tayo, marami talagang tinatrabaho para sa family natin.
Ako naman ay Gen Z pero nasa career and job oriented na rin ako. Partner.
Diba?
Kasi medyo malapit naman na din ako sa millennial.
Correct.
Okay.
Well, Ma'am Hani, ano ba mga naging epekto ng pandemic sa generation na ito? Like for economy, employees, families, and students as well.
Okay.
And especially yung Gen Zs natin.
Yeah, yung Gen Z yung sinasabi
so,
natin.
Gen Zs natin, ano? When it comes to the economy, actually, ang epekto nito ngayon is yun nga, dahil medyo hirap sila when it comes to the subjects, the school, nahihirapan mag-enroll yung parents nila. So, marami-rami sa kanila ang hindi nakakapasok. So, hindi din sila makakapag-enroll and all. So, ang nagiging focus nila is to help their parents na lang sa bahay.
Yes.
When it comes to employees naman, parang more of, yun nga, dahil maraming nawawalan din ng trabaho, siguro, dun sa 1997, meron na ding ibang nag-work eh. No, sabi niyo nga po, di ba kayo, Gen
Apo.
Z, no? So, may ibang nag-work. Sila yung, since pinakabago, sila yung mas, kumbaga, uso kasi sa companies ngayon yung first nakalimutan ko yung tawag. Pero yung parang
Parang
ano
last
siya?
in, first
last in,
out.
first out. Ayun, thank you. Ayun. So, bali, ang naging setup kasi niya is yung mas nauuna silang mawala ng work. Lalo na pag nagkakaroon ng tanggalan sa mga
Diba?
companies.
Like, for example, dyan yung sa Cebu Pacific, diba? Yung mga stewardess nila na
Bago.
last in, phrase out.
Kasi may seniority ata silang kinoconsider, no? Kapag
yes.
mas matagal ka, ipapagstayin ka nila eh.
Actually, ganun talaga, halos lahat yun yung considerations eh. Ayun. Pagdating naman sa families, ayun, syempre, yung bond nila, it can be positive and negative at the same time. So, kung close-bonded yung family nyo, it's something that would actually help.
Yes,
na
that's
mas
right.
maging closer kayo.
More time to bond.
Correct.
Oo, kaya lang, pero kung halimbawa hindi kayo nagkakasundo ever since, pwede siyang maging problem inside the home din. Possible
Well,
yun.
alam mo, totoo yung sinasabi ni Ma'am Hani, no? Kasi, yung talagang nag-pandemic, Ma'am Hani, naging close kami sa isa't isa. Na hindi ko alam pala, kayang gawin ng kapatid ko yun. Even, di ba, yung mga iba pa nating siblings sa bahay.
Pero syempre may other side of the coin, yung mga hindi magkaintindihan.
Correct.
Mas nagkaroon siguro ng malaking problema when they
Totoo,
are inside their house.
Actually. And then, of course, the students, yun yung pinakamalaking
Yan,
epekto,
ang
di ba, with
student.
emergencies. Kasi, since sanay tayo na meron tayong classmates na katabi, may nakakakwentuhan
Correct.
tayo.
Totoo.
Oo. And then, umaabot din sa point na parang yung focus natin kasi pag nasa classroom tayo, dun lang. Pero nung nasa bahay na tayo, ibang usapan na siya. Kasi marami ng mga, sabihin natin, extraneous variables dyan around your house na pwedeng yun yung nagpapahirap dun sa bata na intindihin kung ano yung napag-uusapan during their class.
Minsan nga may isang estudyante na parang nakapagbanggit siya, diba? Habang nag-online class, kinumpara niya yung face-to-face before, tapos yung online class ngayon. Ang sabi ng bata, nakakamiss daw talaga yung face-to-face. Kasi ang nangyayari sa online class, bukod sa nag-online class siya, nandun yung possibilities na bigla na lang siyang inuutusan. So yung focus ng bata, di ba? Kasi nandun siya sa comfort zone niya which is yung bahay nila.
Tsaka on normal times, parang 80% of their lives nasa school sila. Kaya mas
Totoo.
komportable sila sa mga kaklase nila.
Kaya yung
And-
transition talaga nung mga Gen Z sa pangyayaring ito.
And there are things na hindi nila magawa inside the house,
Kailangan
pagkaharap
talaga
yung magulang, pero nagagawa nila pagkasama na yung mga kaklase nila.
Kaya kailangan talaga silang i-guide.
Tama.
Correct.
Oo, totoo. At ang dami rin kasing distractions eh. Andyan yung cellphone. Nandyan yung laptop nila. Pero what if they're holding their cellphones?
Yes.
Oo. Paano kung nakausap sila ng parents nila habang nag-aaral sila and all ganyan? May mga possible na ganong situations.
May nahuli akong ganyan. Nagkaklase kami, biglang, an enemy has been slain. Ay, nag-ML pala.
Correct. Diba?
Ayun,
Kaya dapat
napagalitan.
talaga, you need to make sure na talaga yung attention ng bata nandun talaga sa discussion mo.
Totoo.
Diba?
Totoo yun.
And with that, here are the videos of one of our students and parents who will share their experiences during the pandemic. Roll VTR.
It's insane to me how it's a little over a year ago when the first lockdown took place. It's now 2021. But the wounds and bruises that 2020 has caused are still fresh. It was a lot like a roller coaster ride, except it only keeps going down. The experience was something I cannot quite explain. As part of Generation Z, or Gen Z as many people like to call it, I feel as though the pandemic took something from me. I think maybe it's because Gen Zs are at what they call the coming of age when the pandemic took place. It was sad. During the days of our torment and isolation, it was hard to keep up with the changing world. Millions have lost their jobs, and with distance learning paving its way, it is truly stressful and challenging. My mental health was tested, but it's also during this time that I try to find my way back onto some of the things that I love, and finally explore things I have never tried before, like reading the book I've always wanted to read, journaling, painting, and learning a new language. But the highlight of my year, probably when I developed a strong sense of self. I took the time to reflect on my choices and actions and how I can drain all the negatives in me to contribute to making the world a little less cruel than it already is. Of course, it's not always this peaceful. I still get those unexpected and untimely existential crises. Just thinking about college makes me sweat. We're still here. 2020 may have passed, but the pandemic is still here, ravaging our economy and affecting people of different walks of life. Honestly, the experience is terrible, but eye-opening at the same time. But we'll keep going. We'll keep trying. Today, tomorrow, and sometime after that.
First of all, good day to everyone who's watching right now, especially to my co-Franciscan parents. I'm Clea Fedison, a proud Franciscan parent to a grade 4 student from St. Francis of Assisi College. It's almost a year now since our government announced that our country needs to be on lockdown. At first, it didn't bother me that much. My daughter and I usually just stay at home. We have internet connection, we get gadgets, Netflix. I thought what could go wrong, right? But that's not the case. Weeks of no interaction from other people turned into months. And while I was worrying for our daily needs and for my husband, who unfortunately got infected with COVID, my daughter was worried if her young body can survive COVID if ever she got it. I knew right then that the entertainment her gadgets are providing isn't enough. Then their classes started. I thought her worries will lessen, but you see, kids are curious and persistent creatures. They will ask questions followed by tons of other questions. I have to assure her that everything will be all right. I even showed her researches from the internet, but that's not enough for her. I don't know if I'm the only one who noticed this, but kids tend to believe their teachers more than they believe us, their parents. That's why when she told me about her guidance counseling class, or should I say the Franciscan homeroom guidance program as they call it, it's a big sigh of relief for me. Because for me, SFAC really thought about their students' psychological well-being. This class keeps not only the students' psychological needs in check, but also their social interactions. This class is their breather. They get to interact with their teachers freely and they get to distress because it's not just us adults who can experience stress. Our kids can get stressed too. And I'm delighted, SFAC made sure their students are not only learning but are also happy and healthy.
Thank you very much, Miss Mika Aguilar, a grade 12 student, and Mrs. Clea Fedison, one of our parents, for sharing us your experience.
Okay. Well, as we can see that despite the effects of the pandemic to different groups or age groups, there's still this common denominator that stood out among us Filipinos. And that is resiliency.
That's right.
So,
That's
natural na
right.
kasi sa atin ang pagiging resilient. Ito actually yung naging natural nating gamot sa lahat ng mga pinagdaanan natin bago pa man ang pandemya at bago pa man dumating ang tunay na gamot o yung vaccine.
Diba?
Wow,
Tuwing may bagyo,
totoo.
sakuna, nakikita mo yung mga Pilipino nakangiti.
Correct. Talagang ang Pilipino, mabilis talaga silang makarecover
Yes.
sa kabila ng mga
And
hinaharap
resiliency
na mga
is natural within us.
Yes, kaya naman talaga, no? Ma'am Hani, pwede niyo po ba kaming bigyan ng ideas sa kung ano ba nga ang tunay na konsepto ng resiliency?
Okay, so actually yung concept of resiliency, no, i-discuss ko lang siya ng konti. Ang resiliency kasi, akala natin before is yung dapat matatag ka na agad. Kumbaga akala natin na tipong inborn na malakas tayo dapat, dun
Yes.
matatawag na resilient tayo bilang isang tao. Pero hindi ganun yun. Usually, ang resiliency, yan yung mga kung paano tayo bumabalik or nagbabounce back when it comes to our problems na nai-encounter. Yan yung kung paano tayo nag-a-adapt sa mga situations na negative.
Correct.
Okay? So, yun. Actually,
Parang walang choice, no? Parang
Yes.
kailangan mong, you need to work.
Ano talaga you need to get up after you stumble down.
Yun talaga yung magiging focus niya. And every time you try to stand up, yan naman yung nagiging way para mas maging resilient pa tayo. So, hindi naman kasi tayo pinanganak na matatag eh. Kumbaga,
Yes,
parang syempre.
that's true.
Oo,
Correct.
parang nung bata nga tayo, umiiyak tayo kahit madapa lang
Correct,
tayo.
kasi if you failed, so what? So, you better to go back and to get back on that track
Yes.
and become a better version of yourself. Yun lang naman yun magagawa natin eh. Tanggapin ng mga maling bagay na ganon, di ba?
Oo. So yun, actually ganun siya. So sa atin, yung minsan na akala ng ibang tao na hindi naman ako resilient and all, pwedeng-pwede ka pa rin maging resilient kahit halimbawa, millennial ka.
Yes.
So nandun ka sa part na parang medyo madalas ka pa rin umiyak and all. Pero kapag natututo ka, during the time of the struggle, doon na nagsisimula yung patatag ka ng patatag. It doesn't stop there. Actually. So, dire-diretso yan. Even pagdating ng pagtanda mo, pag naging boomer ka na and all yung ganun, hanggat umabot ka sa part na yon, it doesn't mean na parang hindi mo siya nagagawa or hindi mo siya na-encounter. Wala na. parang dire-diretso pa rin. Nandun pa rin yun, tuloy-tuloy.
Kumbaga para siyang exercise na yung law of
Correct.
exercise.
Yes.
Pa-resilient ka ng pa-resilient
Oo,
hanggang
parang patatag,
nagkakaroon
yes.
ka ng problema.
Oo, correct.
Yes, yun ang nagpapatatag sa atin.
So,
At
hindi
yung
ibig
mga
sabihin-
problemang dumarating sa'yo,
Patatag ka
tinuturuan
ng
ka na
patatag.
tinuturuan yan.
Totoo,
Yes.
that's right.
Mm-mm.
Now, Ma'am Honey, ano po ba yung mga tips na pwede niyong i-share sa ating Franciscan viewers para mas lalo silang mas maging matatag?
Okay, so yun. So yung mga tips na pwede kong ibigay, medyo mga simple tips lang yan para mas makapag-cope up ka.
Excited ako sa mga tips ni Ma'am Honey kasi, minsan nagiging marupok tayo.
Yeah,
Kailangan natin, alam mo yung ganun. Di ba,
Yun ang
Miss Honey?
pinakamahirap, oo.
Ay,
Ay,
Miss Dan,
hindi mo maiiwasan
hindi mo
yun, sir.
maiiwasan, hindi ka maging marupok sa
Oo.
buhay. Darating ang pagkakataon na yan. Kaya,
Yes.
Miss Honey, please help us. Give the tips para maging matatag at matibay
Okay.
kami.
Okay,
What
sige.
is
Bigyan ko kayo ng
your
idea
tip?
kung paano. Kasi naging marupok din ako before.
Oh,
Ayan. Alright. Pero yun, usually, para yung simple tips, di ba? Parang imagine natin na nasa isang seesaw tayo.
Okay.
Tapos yung gitna ng seesaw na yun, nandun yung fulcrum. Yun yung parang nasa pinakagitna. Pero dahil iba-iba tayo, may iba-ibang position yung fulcrum na yun. Hindi lang siya sa gitna. Sabihin na natin yung kaliwa, yun yung sabihin nating negative side or yung
Okay.
mga negative outcomes or experiences natin. Tapos yung sa kanan, yun yung mga positive outcomes naman. Ngayon, ang pinaka-way para at least mas maging matatag ka is to try to unload yung negative mo, yung negative outcomes or negative experiences mo, and then mag-upload ka naman dun sa mga positive outcomes. Para at least mapapantay natin dun sa fulcrum and then i-move mo siya in the middle kung paano siya mas magiging pantay pa.
Parang
Parang
related dun sa kapag gusto mo umiyak ka.
Yes.
Tapos after mo umiyak,
Gumagaan yung
Oo,
pakiramdam mo,
magaan ang
di ba?
pakiramdam mo.
Kumbaga, sabi nga ni Miss Honey, unload the negativity.
yes.
Oo.
That's the first tip, ma'am, no? And then
Yes.
upload more positives.
Positives. Ayan.
Yes.
And also, ayun, when you are able with the fulcrum na, pag okay na siya, doon na papasok yung mga coping strategies mo. Doon naman papasok yung mga family members mo, nandyan na rin yung mga pwedeng makahanap ka ng mga support groups. Kumbaga yung mga
Okay.
friends, bukod sa parents, kasi minsan depende sa atin kung sino yung support group natin
Ah,
And then also, yung being able to take care of yourself pagdating sa sleeping habits, and even when it comes to our eating habits din, kailangan yon. And also, kung paano ka ba magbabounce back is yung tipong kung paano yung mindset mo as a person. So, kailangan lang din na more on the positive side.
That's right.
Yun. Although, may iba kasi na parang sinasabi nila yung toxic positivity is there, ganyan. Ito naman positivity na to, ang sinasabi ko is to be able to understand na every one of us fails, pero it doesn't mean natitigil ka doon. Kumbaga more on dapat, kahit mag-fail tayo, gawin natin siyang stepping stone para mas maging matatag tayo and be able to reach the goals that we want to achieve.
Parang yung sa movie na Meet the Robinsons.
Yeah.
Keep moving forward.
Yes,
diba?
favorite ko yun.
Ako rin.
Favorite
Favorite ko. Panoorin mo yun,
Hindi ko
sir.
paborito yun.
Panoorin mo yun
But
after ng
seriously,
episode natin.
kidding aside, yung mga lesson na ganyan, talagang, dyan mo maiisip talaga na pag nakaka-experience ka ng problema, no? Yung mga kinakaharap mo mga ganyang problema, even personal or kung ano pa mang problema yan.
Yes.
Meron ka din talagang, kailangan talagang matibay na support system. Katulad nga na sinasabi ni Miss Honey kanina. It's either your family or yung friends mo.
Or
Kasi
family.
they will be the backbone of all your problems. Kasi parang sila yung magiging sandalan mo. Kaya I'm very thankful talaga, no, na despite the pandemic, we have our family.
Families
Like
and
here in
friends.
St. Francis. Di ba? Sa sobrang hirap ng online classes, alam naman natin yan. But still, we work together to deliver the good quality of education. Kasi nga, St. Francis of Assisi College is our home.
And kung may dumating man na panibagong problema, masasabi mo lang, kaya ko yan.
Yes.
May naranasan akong mas mabigat pa dyan.
Correct.
Tama?
Kaya talaga, yung mga ganung bagay, kailangan talaga matutunan at ma-experience natin, di ba? Sabi nga, di ba, experience is the best teacher, di ba?
Yes.
Parang sinasabi natin ganon. Wow! So, thank you very much po, Miss Honey, sa mga essential tips po na maaari naming magamit para mas lalo kaming tumatag at maiwasan namin ang pagiging marupok.
Our viewers, parents, and guardians, take out all the negatives and upload more
all
positives. All right. At this point, let us watch another videos on the experiences of Miss Queen Noreen Ancheta, a grade 11 student, and Miss Jerry Margaret Cabral, a grade 12 student, on their experiences during the pandemic and how the Franciscan homeroom guidance subject helped them become better persons. Roll VDR.
I am Queen Noreen Christine B. Ancheta, a student from grade 11 St. Leonard. The past year have been incredibly difficult for us to carry on due to the changes that it brought to each and everyone's lives. On my part, before we begin with the school year, I must admit that I had a lot of uncertainties due to what's happening in our world right now. As I went on with the academic year in SFAC, I was introduced to guidance being a subject in the curriculum, which was also new to me because I was not that accustomed to it being a weekly meeting rather than the occasional check-in once with the guidance office. During the first few meetings, I was still hesitant to open up about my experiences with the class. But every week, as our guidance teacher, Mrs. Kalubakib puts forward different lessons, morals, values, and principles that we can use in our everyday lives, I became more comfortable in sharing my thoughts out with the class. Before, I didn't know how to deal with everything that's going around me, but I can confidently say that because of guidance being a subject in SFAC, I learned to see and appreciate more of the life that is given to us. I now look forward to every meeting that we have, and with the lessons that we take up each week, I get better in coping with the challenges that are thrown my way, and I now look at things at a better perspective. Surely, being in the guidance class helped me grow into the person that I am today. From what once a grade 11 student who just goes with the flow, I became someone who knows how to deal with certain things with rightfulness and hope coursing in me. I know that whoever I may be in the future, being in the guidance class contributed a lot to being the best person that I will be one day.
As one of the students of the guidance and counseling program, I personally absorbed a lot of wisdom from the topics that we have tackled so far. I also found the subject to be extremely significant and helpful because the things that I was taught wasn't just information that I read and listened to, but also lessons that I was able to apply to myself. The topics that we discuss are things that us, students, could definitely relate to, and they also help remind us to evaluate ourselves. Lessons such as values, overcoming adversity, helpfulness, gratitude, humility, and family ties made us reflect on our actions and perceptions in life, and they also made us question if we have been walking on the right path. I remember that there's this one particularly good discussion that we had about faith, and after that I just felt enlightened and very grateful to the Lord for all the help that He has offered me. And what I also enjoyed about our classes is that we were able to exchange our perspectives about the stories that our teacher shared to us, and it was pleasant to hear the varied opinions of my classmates. I believe that it really helped me to be more open-minded and look at situations in different angles. All in all, I felt like every lesson that I have learned in our class gave me self-awareness, and it definitely changed me in a positive way, especially during this unusual time that we are in at the moment. The subject really gave me some time to contemplate about myself as a person, and it also made me appreciate the importance of being and doing good while I am still living.
And to join us today is our very own head of the guidance office. Please welcome Miss Maria Veronica Kalubaki.
Yes, magandang buhay, ma'am.
Hi, ma'am. Good afternoon.
Welcome to Franciscan Balitaktakan.
Thank you for the introduction.
Yes.
And
have a seat, ma'am.
Gusto ko rin kayong batiin ng magandang buhay, Miss Daniela and Mr. Rolly.
Thank you
Gandang
so
buhay,
much.
ma'am.
Ganun din ang
po.
ating mga tagapakinig sa araw na ito, ang ating mga magulang, mga mag-aaral, mga guro, at mga kawani ng ating paaralang St. Francis sa Assisi College. masaya ako na ako'y kabilang makabahagi sa ating programa sa araw na ito.
Okay.
Yes.
Ma'am Vic, may mga programs ba ang St. Francis of Assisi College para matugunan ang mga pangangailangan ng Franciscan sa mga usaping na-discuss namin kanina?
Yes, Miss Dan.
That's nice.
With a widespread school closure across the nation, school counselors and their students have been greatly affected, that even the role of school counselors has shifted as well. However, it doesn't mean that our commitment to offer our services to students stopped too, just because the students are no longer in the school building anymore.
Correct.
The Office of Student Affairs and Services, to which guidance and counseling is the heart of the office, offers a set of services using an integrated approach to the development of well-functioning individuals, primarily by helping them to utilize their potentials to the fullest. Before classes open, our school president, Dr. Arturo O. Orozco Jr., conveyed his concern on how the school will assist our students in their problems during these challenging times.
Tama.
So, Dr. Edgardo Lu, our school managing director, and Dr. Aris Roldan, the director for activities, conveyed the order of the president to the Office of the Student Affairs and Services to come up with a program to address this problem.
Yun.
That's how the Franciscan Homeroom Guidance Program was created. So, the guidance advocates, guidance counselors across the 8 branches of SFAC were tasked to teach online guidance as a subject for 40 minutes per week from kindergarten to senior high school.
Yun yung bagong subject na yun.
Correct.
Sa
Miss
ating
Daniela.
Napaka-importante rin, yes.
Guidance
kasi
counseling.
And I believe na monitor kasi yung mga behavior din ng mga bata doon
Exactly.
because of that subject.
That's the goal. Okay.
Tsaka wala siyang pressure, ma'am, no, on subjects kasi parang it's more on how are you, on
Okay,
students.
there's more to that. Its goal probably is to reach out, to interact, and to connect with our students through our LMS via Schoology. Also, in the absence of the face-to-face counseling, we now have the online web counseling, video conferencing, or video call, or
Nice.
simply text messaging. Whenever our students have personal or family problems, they just have to reach out to us. And it's so surprising because sometimes they're very expressive because they're at the comfort of their own homes.
Correct, ma'am.
And the stigma of going to the guidance office has finally been erased.
Kasi di ba, sabi
Kasi
pag guidance, may ginawa kang mali.
Papaguidance
ganon.
kita.
Exactly.
Di ba yung gano'n? Yung takot ng mga
Not
bata
knowing
eh.
na guidance is for you to be guided. Hindi
Correct.
Tama ka
para
dyan.
pagalitan.
Okay. So, calling all students out there who are still hesitant to pour out their problems or to disclose their problems to us, please don't. For we are your guidance counselors, and we are always here for you. If you want somebody to listen to or assist you in coming up with an informed decision or solution to your problems, please, we are just a call or text away.
Wow.
Don't you
One
worry
call
because
away.
all information shared are treated with utmost confidentiality.
Actually, yan po yung mga pinaka-importante sa guidance office ngayon eh. Yung malaman ng mga bata na nandito tayo para sa kanila kahit online siya, kahit
Correct.
malayo sila.
Yes, ma'am.
Opo,
Yes, ma'am.
totoo
They
yan.
really do
Opo.
play a big role for
Yes.
this pandemic and with the
Opo.
resiliency na pinag-uusapan natin
Correct.
ngayon, no?
Yes.
Kaya nga ngayon, yung nakita ko yung sa core subject natin, yung guidance counseling na yon, nakakatuwa na nakita yon at nakikita rin ng mga bata na may gano'n na tayong programa. Kasi, syempre, because of that program na nadagdag sa core subject nila, at least alam na nila kung ano yung pupuntahan nila na oras or subject nila para mag-bend out or mag-open up
Tsaka
kung ano
parang
man
yun
yung
yung nila, no,
na-experience
hinga.
nila. Yes,
Hinga
parang,
out of all their academics.
correct, di ba? Kasi they're too much bombarded with the academic subjects. No, that's the perfect time to inhale and exhale. Yung mga, diba? Tulad yan ang sinabi ni Miss Hani kanina, what do you call this? You need to unload the negativities and upload the positive.
Moreover, this program is aligned with DepEd's MELCs, if you are familiar with the most essential learning competencies, which aims to help students to continue learning despite the changes brought about by the pandemic. It teaches life skills, focusing on the 3 domains, which are academic, socio-personal, and career development. These will develop in them rational thinking or skills, or rational na pag-iisip, healthy behavior, malusog at maayos na pag-uugali, and positive disposition or positibong disposition.
Alright.
Thank you.
Wow, thank you very much for that information. Ma'am, actually,
You're welcome.
bonggang-bongga yung talagang yung sinasabi ni ma'am kanina na pagdating sa kanilang mga academic, socio-personal, and career development, napaka-importante yan sa mga bata na they're not just focusing to the academic, no? Pero yung pakikipagkapwa-tao, even virtual, or pakikisalumuha sa mga classmates nila, even virtual,
And pag-open
maganda pa rin. Nandun pa rin yung parang mararamdaman nila na may kaibigan, may kasama, may pamilya
At
sila.
may makikinig
At
sa
may
kanila.
makikinig sa kanila.
Oo,
Di ba,
I agree
ma'am?
with actually I agree with the programs of ni Ma'am eh. Oo. Yung sa guidance kasi actually before yung iba na take for granted kasi talaga si guidance office kasi akala nga nila yun yung takbuhan ng mga doon dinadala yung mga makukulit,
Correct.
yung mga may
Diba?
behavioral
Hindi-
concerns and all.
Kaya-
Oo. Doon daw.
Guidance.
Oo. Pero at least ngayon ang maganda medyo napapakilala na si guidance office as the main purpose
Okay.
wherein tayo yung mga magiging katulong nila when it comes to their
Correct.
problems and all. We
At
are their
least
friends
nandun-
actually.
At least nandun na yung ano eh, no, yung wala na yung takot ng mga bata na guidance, mapapagalitan, normal. Pero yung guidance counselor na pala yung magiging parang takbuhan nila if ever na nagkakaroon sila ng mga problema.
Yes. Ma'am, pwede niyo po bang i-explain sa amin kung ano po yung ginagawa niyo tuwing FHGP?
All right. So how is the guidance? This is a subject delivered virtually through our learning management system.
Which is Schoology,
Yeah,
tama
that's
po ba?
Schoology.
Exactly. We meet our students virtually by opening the course access code of every class in order to open a conference where students and teachers see each other by activating their webcam.
And that serves as their classroom.
Parang yun yung nagiging classroom nila, di ba?
Tama ka dyan, Sir Rolly. Then, the big blue button serves as the blackboard where we present our lesson or notes and where we display our PowerPoint presentations and videos.
And like face-to-face classes, hindi nawawala ang visual aids.
Correct.
Guidance
Ang pumalit.
natin.
Yes, with the help of the
Okay.
big blue button conference, no?
Okay. A typical guidance class starts with a prayer led by a student, followed by exchanging pleasantries with them, asking them how are they doing.
Okay.
Then the class is informed about the topic for the day. And then preliminary questions are asked linked to the topic.
Okay. Like a normal class setup pa rin talaga, no? Nandun yung kabastahan.
Oo.
No? But
How are
virtually
you?
nga lang talaga.
Yun
din.
lang talaga,
Yes.
virtually. Pero hindi, ang pagkakaiba lang is hindi lang tayo face-to-face. Kasi
Correct.
almost the same. May PowerPoint, may videos, webcams, nakikita natin yung isa't isa, may
Correct.
lessons, and other stuff related sa face-to-face. Yun nga lang, hindi nga lang talaga tayo nakikita
Totoo.
face-to-face.
In fairness,
Yes,
ma'am, ang
Miss
ganda
Dan.
ng program nyo.
Talaga
I've
po,
never
ma'am?
seen- Opo, wala pa akong nakikita ng ganyang program sa iba. So it's
So
really
the
nice
first
that
of
you have
its
this
kind po kami. Thank you
Yes.
so
Yes.
much.
Opo.
Now here, to continue, the students start to collaborate by sharing their ideas, feelings, thoughts, and experiences about the topic at hand. And then they watch a video. After that is the conclusion, where the students share what they feel or learned about after watching.
I see. So, napakaganda talaga ng ginagawa.
Sometimes, if there is still time, we would have quizzes or other activities. So that's how a
Okay.
guidance class is carried out in our learning management
Like the other
system.
normal subject din na ginagawa, di ba? May mga quizzes, may mga presentation, may mga videos. Yun nga lang, sa pagdating sa guidance na subject, guidance counselor na subject, na parang pinapakita doon kung paano pa nila madidevelop yung pagkatao nila no, bilang isang Franciscan student.
Tsaka may sharing of ideas.
Correct.
Ibig sabihin, yung mga bata,
Open.
nakikipag-usap
Pwede
sila
yes.
sa mga kapwa nilang nakaka-relate sa kung ano yung ideas or opinions na meron sila.
Correct. Exactly. Tulad ng narinig natin kanina sa dalawang bata, si Noreen at saka si Jerry, yung experience nila sa guidance. No, it's exactly what's happening inside the classroom.
Okay.
It's actually very nice. Dahil hindi lahat ng schools ay nag-o-offer ng guidance counseling in a normal classroom schedule.
Correct.
Dahil as a school, kailangan rin nating isipin yung mental health ng ating students in this pandemic. Tama po ba? Kasi hindi naman lahat resilient or hindi pa nagiging resilient as time goes by, di ba? Kailangan nila ng tulong. And I think guidance, that subject is a really big help.
Actually, napansin ko rin yon sa kanila. Kasi technically, may mga times, like for us, di ba, sa college namin, medyo mahirap kumuha ng mga students. Kasi minsan nagre-request pa kami from the professors.
Correct.
Oo, medyo sisingit pa kami sa time slot nila para lang magkaroon kami ng time with them. Kaya lang, minsan, yung mga professors talaga, they have to turn down kasi they have to proceed with their academic duty.
Yes.
Opo. At least ito, yung sa inyo po, it was really nice na meron sariling time slot si guidance.
40 minutes.
Oo.
40 minutes. Tama po ba ako, Miss Jake?
Oo.
Yes.
Ang ganda nung ganun kasi at least nakikilala. Nakikita siya talaga kung sino yung guidance counselor mo. Hindi ka na mahihirapan na pag nag-message ka dun sa student, hay, ako nga pala si ganito, si ganyan.
Correct.
Tapos tatanungin nila, ano pong kasalanan ko? Wala nang ganun. At least dito, at least, di ba? Alam nila yung purpose, alam nila yung program. Oo,
Tama,
maganda
tama.
siya. Maganda
At
po.
least once a week, no, nagkakaroon sila ng ganung activities, tsaka sharing, di ba?
Yes. Collaboration.
Yes. Oh.
To
It's really
continue, topics are well selected with a goal to touch or target behavior and attitude, so we don't just pick a video and present it to the class. A variety of topics ranges from mental health or managing stress and anxiety,
Wow.
career planning, personality development, family and social relationship, conflict resolution and decision making, the importance of faith and prayer, and stories and poems, even that. They are that teach honesty, kindness, gratitude, helpfulness, respect, etc. All these were designed to facilitate positive changes in students' behavior, attitudes, and feelings.
And ano siya, no, it's really applicable from kindergarten until grade 12 kasi
Yes.
Correct.
from simple being honest or being kind, which is being taught in elementary, tama po ba? Be kind hanggang sa decision making na complex na.
Correct.
Habang papatas yung level.
Yes.
Ganda. Super nakakatuwa yung ganung may subject talaga tayo para sa mga bata. Para mapanatili nila na hindi lang yung masyadong bombarded sila sa academic subjects nila.
tama.
Nandun yung time, no, para mag-isip-isip ng mga tamang gagawin, mga desisyon na kailangan nilang ibigay para sa sarili nila at para sa pag-aaral nila dahil sa subject na yan, di ba?
Yes.
Yeah. Wow, congratulations.
Okay. So the guidance teacher really takes time to make her lessons interesting to the pupils and students because guidance has no bearing on their grades. Otherwise, their attendance in guidance class will be compromised. In closing, I would like to say this to all our Franciscan students. Remember that in life, there are things we cannot control. There will be
That's
negative
right.
events that will challenge our positive dispositions. However, let us not be disheartened because we have the means to overcome it. You have it in you. Overcome your weaknesses, optimize your strength in transforming into a better version of yourself. Thank you and mabuhay.
Wow.
That's very nice.
Parang si Miss Vic, alam mo, yung parang pag tinanong siya ng bata, or parang sa beauty pageant, pag tinanong, on the spot, alam na
beauty queen nga ang
beauty
kanyang
queen kasi yung datingan ni Miss B. Talaga namang napakaganda, no? Talagang well-informative, nandun talaga yung thoughts and ideas na kung ano ba dapat talaga yung kalalabasan ng isang Franciscan learner.
And totoo yun, yung line na overcome your weakness kasi wala namang ibang tatalo sa weakness mo kundi ang sarili mo.
Gusto ko yun. Yung sinabi ni Miss Vic na optimize your strengths in transforming into a better version of yourself.
Tama, laging sinasabi
parang naalala ko yung sinabi ni Catriona Guerrina, the silver lining situation, no? Yung mga ganung bagay. Kaya, thank you so much, Miss Vic. Napakaganda po ng mga...
You're welcome.
Sinare niyo sa amin ngayong
Also,
umagang
thank
ito.
you so much, Miss Honeybell.
Yes. And thank you as well to our Franciscan viewers, no? Muli, ako nga po pala si Sir Rolly Tagalog.
And I am Miss Daniela Teodosio.
Tara na't tumutok sa sari-saring kwento at pangyayari.
Balita ang atin, alamin natin, campus news at latest issues.
Samahan niyo kaming muli sa mga susunod pang episode ng Franciscan Balitaktakan.
St. Francis of Assisi College, breeding institution of quality education. Abode of our noble youth, nation of our intellect, established for our nation's lasting growth. St. Francis of Assisi College, dedicated to our brave and humble patron saint. Inspiration to all his legacy and virtues that lofty dreams which we strive to emulate. Discipline, honesty, and perseverance, probity which unite us into one. Compassionate and concern for one another, still the band of camaraderie on us. Onward, beloved fellow Franciscans, hold the colors with joy and pride. Do not waver, come what may, fight and conquer obstacles. Alma Mater will extend to swerving care. Onward, beloved fellow Franciscans, hold the colors with joy and pride. Do not waver, come what may, fight and conquer obstacles. Alma Mater will extend to swerving care. St. Francis of Assisi College,